I was born in Alabama in 1902, in a time when being black and a woman meant carrying a double burden. But that taught me to be strong, to keep going, and to seek light even in darkness. At 52, I met a man named Jim Jones, a white preacher who promised equality and justice for all. I never imagined he would change my life forever, dragging me into something I could never escape. My name is Hyacinth Thrash, and I was the only one who survived that final night in Jonestown, the only one still inside when it all ended. Jim spoke of a dream, to build a safe place in the Guyanese jungle, free from injustice. A peaceful community for those who believed in a better world. My sister Zip and I trusted him. I sold my house and gave my life to the People's Temple and the dream he sold us. At first, it felt like hope. We built wooden homes and a small school, turning that wild place into something that resembled a home. But the heat was harsh, food was limited, and the routine was exhausting. Everything we gave vanished into poverty and control. We believed Jim kept the rest, and that his power grew until he saw himself as a god. Then it all shifted. His tone darkened. He watched us constantly. He punished doubt. He warned us the outside world wanted to destroy us, and only he could save us. We lived in fear, disguised as faith. Back in the U.S., families grew worried. Letters, calls, and silence. A congressman came with reporters to investigate. Jim knew. He feared they'd expose everything. That day, some of us passed secret notes asking for help. A few planned to leave with them, but Jim sent armed men. That's when he realized it was the end. He spoke on the loudspeakers. His voice was shaking. He told us we had to choose our fate before it was taken from us. Then, they made us drink something. I watched people fall, one by one. Friends, neighbors, children. I couldn't do it. I hid under my bed, frozen in fear. I don't know if I fainted or fell asleep, but when I woke up, there was only silence. I stepped out. Bodies were everywhere, on benches, on the ground. My sister was among them. No sound, no movement, only that still awful quiet. And that's when I knew. I was the only one left. I stayed there all day, surrounded by heat, flies, and memory. When soldiers arrived, they saw the scene from above and thought it was clothing scattered on the ground. But then, they saw the truth. Over 900 people died that night in Jonestown. More than 300 were children. It became the worst civilian tragedy in modern U.S. history, before 9/11. What was called a voluntary act was not. It was imposed, a final ritual by a leader who no longer wanted witnesses. Some accepted, others never had a chance. The loudspeakers repeated, "Death is not the end, only the next step." And so, in the jungle, a whole community was silenced. Among the bodies was his. Jim Jones was found with a wound to the head. Unlike the rest of us, his end didn't come from what we were made to take. No one knows if he chose that end, or if someone else helped close the circle. Years later, I returned home to rest in an elder care home. I told my story over and over, because someone had to. I learned to forgive, though the pain never left. Hate is a weight that eats you inside. I chose to let it go, and hold on to truth. I didn't choose to survive, but I survived to tell.
Subscribe now, dale like, hit the like button. Más historias te están esperando. More stories are waiting in the shadows. No te vayas, stay with me. Sobreviví para contarlo y tú también. I survived to tell.